Spring has sprung, and there is nowhere that's more evident than at Red Butte Garden. Take a step into the 100-acre space above Salt Lake City and you'll find grounds covered in yellow daffodils, red tulips, and white daisies. Look up and you'll see crabapple trees and magnolia bushes covered in blossoms. And Red Butte is celebrating all of this extraordinary flora with their annual Bulbs in Bloom Festival. Red Butte horticulturalists and landscapers Jill Free and Heidi Anderson love this time of year at the garden.
Most of the bulbs we have to plant in the fall, so you have to think like way beforehand. And then they come up in the spring, and that's, the ones we focus on are the spring flowering
And
bulbs.
we have mainly daffodils because they're resistant to the squirrels and the rabbits.
Squirrels and rabbits dig up and eat tulip bulbs before they have a chance to bloom. Tulips are also more susceptible to damage from late winter frost, but luckily for Red Butte, that hasn't been a problem this year. Everything has bloomed 2 to 3 weeks early thanks to a mild winter.
Now, oftentimes we get a late freeze, but this year we've been lucky, so everything that bloomed early didn't get nipped by frost, and so everything's looking really great all year. Sometimes the cold weather won't kill the daffodils, but it kind of takes a toll on their beauty.
Luckily, the recent snow didn't do too much damage because the bulbs had already flowered. The majority of the flowers are daffodils, but there are more than 450,000 bulbs that flower each year.
But our design is exclusively daffodils for the most part, but we have miniature bulbs that are down in the lower gardens that are, anemones, iris, Chinodoxa. There's a bunch that I'm probably forgetting.
We're always changing, designing new areas. In the children's garden, we do a yearly display of annuals with a different theme involved. So this year we're doing the 5 senses.
Terry Flinner and Dan Smallwood have no doubts about the beauty of the garden. They love the flowers, the scenery, and the critters.
Actually, the entire garden is my favorite. I've been here different seasons, and every season it's different.
Flinner and Smallwood, who visit Utah a few times a year, make sure to come to Red Butte Garden each time they're in the state. They'll spend about 2 or 3 hours just walking through the different spaces.
Yeah, we look at everything, sit, ponder, look some more, walk around, and then we'll go up into the nature area too.
Both Flinner and Smallwood are fans of the Bulbs and Bloom Festival.
April's beautiful just because of the bulbs. We're from Texas, and so we have a different growing season, and here we get to see many more types of flowers.
Plus the crabapple trees and the pear trees are all in bloom now, so great time for those.
For those who are new to Red Butte Garden, Free and Anderson recommend taking a tour with a staff member. Times and dates for those can be found at their website, www.redbuttegarden.org. Some specialize in bird watching and others show guests the different types of bulbs and plant growth.
The trees are just barely starting to leaf out, so it looks, a lot better than it did 3 weeks ago, but there's still so much to see.
Nestled in the foothills of Salt Lake City, the garden is located just above the Natural History Museum of Utah on Wacara Way. The Bulbs in Bloom Festival will run from April 10th to April 25th. It's free for all university students with their U-Card and $10 for other adult patrons. For those who can't make it to the garden this month, the annuals bloom in May and will stick around for a few months.
Because right now what you're seeing mostly is the spring bulbs come up and then they're done.
Right.
And then all of the perennials are just starting to even come out of the ground.
Most visitors head to Red Butte in June, but Free and Anderson believe April can't be beat.
And it's different. Every season is different.
Yeah, and this is just the time of year they come in. So it's nice to have something to look at